displaying the glory of God's creation by visiting every state park, national park, and national forest in the contiguous 48 states. Welcome to Parking Full Time with Big Dave the Parker. First hole, 617 feet. Par 4. That's the parking lot you're looking at right there. This is standing on the first tee, looking down the first fairway. I want to welcome you back to Parking Full Time. I am Big Dave the Parker. We are at Stonelick State Park. We are in Southwest Ohio. This video was captured on October the 12th, 2022, and the audio was added later. This long hole has a wide fairway. You can see some small trees here, so as those trees grow up, that's going to crimp the fairway a little bit. Most of the holes on this course have multiple basket positions and also multiple tee positions. Unless otherwise stated, I started the video clip at the short tee, because on this course the short tee is actually pretty long. Basket is in the trees to the left up here. This is a long opening hole. This hole is a real baptism by fire. You have to limber up before you step onto the first tee. Also, this basket position is off here in the woods a ways. So very challenging first hole, one of the hardest holes on this course. There's the view back to the tee from behind the basket. Second hole, 235 feet. Again a par 4, although to me this hole probably should be a par 3. There are a large number of small trees on this hole, but it's still really short for a par 4. This is a nice shorter hole after the long first hole. There's the second basket. There's the view back to the tee from behind the second basket. Third hole, 700 feet, par 5. This hole starts out fairly open, but we are headed into that little tunnel of trees you see up ahead. The wide open parking lot to the right is out of bounds, by the way. With this little tunnel of trees, not only is it fairly narrow, but also there's the low ceiling to deal with. The first and third holes are two of the longest and hardest holes on the course, and they go a long way towards a lot of people thinking that this course is a lot harder than I think it is. Once we get past the third hole here, a lot of the holes after this are much more manageable. There are 3 basket positions on this hole. When I did this walkabout, the basket was in the far back position, position C. You saw the sign for the next tee. The next tee is to the right over by the parking lot. Nice wooded area for this course. Mud can be an issue here if it has rained recently. The soil in this area really soaks up the water. There's the basket. You'll notice the basket is atop a concrete pier, which makes putting and retrieving your disc more interesting. There's the view back to the tee from behind the basket. Hole number 4, 192 feet, par 3. The A basket position is where the basket is in this walkabout. The B and C positions are into the woods to the left. Also, the park road to the right is out of bounds, regardless of the basket position. This hole's a nice little reprieve after the previous hole. Nice parkland setting, not too heavily wooded. Nice sycamore tree there. There's the view back to the tee from behind the basket. The fifth tee is into the woods. Hole number 5, 365 feet, par 3. There is an alternate basket position down to the right that only plays 162 feet, but when I did this walkabout, the basket was in the longest possible position. You see, this is a very heavily wooded hole, plays slightly downhill. That is the State Park Lake that you see in the background there. The lake really adds to the scenery of the course, and it does come into play on a few holes. The next tee is off to the right there. That's the direction to the 6th tee. There's the 5th basket. Nice scenic area here out by the lake. There's the view back to the tee from behind the 5th basket. Sixth hole, 261 feet, par 3. This hole starts in a very open area, but you can see that we're headed towards the trees up ahead. And in fact, there are quite a few small, dense trees around the basket. I'm angling the camera off to the side here in order to keep a few people that are directly ahead off of camera. I try not to stick cameras in people's faces while I'm filming these walkabouts. I just think that's rude. There's the 6th basket. You can see all these little trees up here. Makes this hole somewhat challenging for its length. There's the view back to the tee from behind the 6th basket. 7th hole, 253 feet, par 3. The next 2 holes are probably the 2 worst and most boring holes on this course. They're very open. This hole plays slightly uphill. The next hole is a parallel hole and plays slightly downhill. There's the basket up ahead. You can see no obstacles between the tee and the basket on this hole. And there's the view from behind the basket, back towards the tee. 8th hole, 253 feet, par 3. This hole is very similar to the previous hole, except that the previous hole played uphill, and this hole plays in the opposite direction, downhill. Some nice fall foliage out here today. Again, you can see the Park Lake there in the background. Very scenic course and very well designed course as well. Basically, the route of this course plays in one big loop. There's the view from behind the 8th basket. 9th hole, 286 feet, par 3. That's the short tee that you see up here to the right. The fairway is fairly wide, but there are some small trees that dot the fairway. Since this is the last hole on the front 9, I do want to thank you for watching. Parking full-time would not be anything without the people who watch. I realize that every day, and I thank you every day. If you like this sort of thing, please click the thumbs up button. That helps other people find this video and encourages me to bring more of this sort of thing your way. This basket is perched right beside the lake. If you just go a few feet too long, you could easily throw your disc in the lake here. That's the end of the front 9. I'll see you on the back 9.